Good morning, you guys. I just got done with an epic sweat session. It is a beautiful Monday, but it feels like it could be Saturday or Sunday. We don't really know. Every day feels amazingly the same here because it's so warm and wonderful. We've got more guests in town. So Dusty's mom, aka Grandma Lisa, and then Uncle Devin, Dusty's brother, and Aunt Jenny, his girlfriend. So we've got the whole clan here. I'm super excited because it's nothing but sunshine today. We're gonna hit the beach again. We're gonna take you guys along for a day in the life, sharing what we eat as always, all the fun that we get into, and another sit down talk, so stay tuned for that. So we've got super exciting news for all of you. We have finally launched the EatMoveRest meal planner. This is something we've been working towards for years. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts, juices and smoothies, you name it, all of the meals in one place. And it's updated monthly with our latest and greatest recipes too. So everything to meet your needs and your goals. You can plug in the calorie goals. You can look at nutrition facts.
So the coolest thing about this is that it also actually compiles your recipes into grocery list, which makes it super easy. Pulls up on your phone so you can just shop right there with your meal planner pulled up. It's also web friendly, so when you get home you can open your computer, log in, all your information is there, and we're so excited for you guys to check this out. And I almost forgot, we announced it on Instagram this morning, but the first 200 people to sign up for a yearly subscription get entered to win a brand new $500 Vitamix Ascent blender. So if you haven't already, sign up now and good luck.
I'm about to take you there. I'm lightning like Steve McQueen. I'm in the fast lane when the light turns green. And I built tough, I ain't nothing but grit. Cause I made rugged blood, sweat, and spit. Yeah, like a horse I fly. Better brace yourself in for a bumpy ride. I like to play hard, but I work harder. And I weather the storm cause I'm built stronger. I was born to run. I was built to last. I was made for speed, cause I was born fast. Born to run, born to ride. Keep on flying till my hands touch the sky. Born to be wild and free. Keep on going, yeah, there's no stopping me. I was born for this.
So I convinced Devin to run with me. Poor little brother, I'm always convincing him since we were kids to come out and play or run or do something he's not used to, but we had a blast. Now it is breakfast time, so we're making a big heaping bowl of chocolate oats. We're gonna slice some bananas, put our favorite Baruca nuts on top. This is my favorite breakfast. Since it's almost lunchtime, we need something really big and hearty to prepare us to go to the beach. We're gonna use Barucas first and foremost to get those healthy fats, some extra protein. Barucas are our favorite nut and have been for years. I've got the trail mix here, which includes the fruit with the nut. This is like a serious super nut. So if you guys are familiar with Darren O'Lean, he's actually a good friend of ours. We've known him for many years. He has actually been harvesting these with a group of people in the Cerrado down in Brazil. Besides helping reforest the area, he's providing jobs to the native people of that area. Super cool, wild grown food. We seriously love Barucas.
So the Baruca's nut butter is something we have been waiting to get our hands on, and they finally sent it to us. Max loves it on toast. It's great to put into smoothies or drizzle on top of smoothie bowls or on top of your oatmeal. It's so good because it's slightly salty, slightly sweet, and it's just the perfect savory combination. So the trail mix is still my absolute favorite, especially the fruit. This is what the nut is basically encapsulated by. It's super crunchy and salty and sweet. I don't know how they do it because there's nothing else in here. It's just the roasted Barrozuero tree nuts and the Barrozuero fruit. So there's nothing else added, and it simply tastes amazing. It's so good. If you want a snack that has that crunch with no added oil or anything, this is it. So again, big thank you to Barucas for not only nourishing us, but for sponsoring this video and for offering our EatMoveRest fam an awesome discount. You can use EatMoveRest for 15% off. It will be linked in the description. definitely give them a try. So I was kind of in a hurry. Dusty had to stop me before I actually blended this smoothie so you guys could see what I put in it. So first and foremost, we've got a bunch of frozen ripe freckled bananas, maybe about 3 or 4, a whole bag of wild blueberries, and then I've got kale, collards, celery, 1 green apple, 2 scoops of protein, and then I added in, instead of my normal chia and flax, I added in a couple scoops of the Barukas, butter, and then I've just got liquid at the base. I just use water. We're gonna blend this up. This is a seriously epic smoothie.
It's hard to complain. Everything is going my way. No clouds, no rain. Everything is going my way. Everything is going my way. Everything is going my way. Good times are here to stay. Everything is going my way.
You want to bring your alligator to the beach?
Yeah. Am I fish?
You want your fish?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Dev!
Yeah.
Give us a wave too. Okay, go.
You made a mystery out of love. Breathed in new life in my lungs. Why would I ever run? You brought new light. Whoa, 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 there's no mistaking. You're the only one I want. The only one I want. Come light a fire, burning like the rising sun. I never thought I'd find you, but here you are, flowing like a river, washing over my soul, calling me home. You are a mystery. Whoop-a-ba-da-da-da. Oh, where did you come from? I never knew that love would shine like the sun, shine like the sun. Come light a fire, burning like the rising sun. I never thought I'd find you, but here you are, flowing like a river, washing all over my soul, calling me home, calling me Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me, even though I don't deserve it. Thank you for loving me. Thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me.
So we just got back from a day at the beach. It was super nice today, and we are going to be making some burrito bowls. So we've got fresh tomatoes. I'm going to make some salsa. We've got sweet corn, shredded romaine, avocado. We're going to mash some guac, get a little lime wedge action on the side. Dusty's got brown rice and black beans on the stove.
We had plans to make a big fancy dinner, but sometimes this is the best. Erin is like, this is gonna be fancy. It is basic, but it's so good. We do this at least once or twice a week, like Chipotle, Mexican style burrito bowls. So simple, so basic, so nutritious, and so tasty. So we sent Devin and Jenny to the grocery store to get some chips and some good tortillas, and I'm gonna do some tofu chunks and potatoes. So potatoes make every meal go way farther. You guys probably heard of like the starch solution. We eat a whole lot of potatoes and seriously love them. Don't be afraid of your spuds.
Spuds are your buds.
I got it, got enough, so I split it. Everybody solid, worldwide, now I'm trending. On that hot topic, touchdown, now I'm winning.
We're on Siesta Key Beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, so we're told. We're at the drum circle.
We set it off every time we get involved. You could let them know if they forget it, cause we got it all day, all night. You know we got it like that, got it like that. All day, all night, yeah. You know we got it like that, got it like that. We coming up, oh yeah, we coming up, oh yeah, we coming up, oh yeah, we coming up. All day, all night, yeah. You know we got it like that, got it like that. Packed out in the front row, light flex, yeah, welcome to the gun show. We done been coast to coast, seen a whole map. If you got it, let them know and never hold back. Hey, it's all facts, it's no cap, yeah. From the burbs, to the trap, hey. We set it off every time we get involved. You could let them know if they forget it, cause we got it all day.
Okay guys, so we are gonna sit down and do just another little chat. This has been a popular style video the last month or so. Day in the lifestyle with some talking from Erin and I.
We do Q&As a lot on our Instagram stories, and I kind of compiled some of the recurring questions that seem to come up the most.
Yep.
That are kind of rapid fire, so we don't have to get too long-winded on some of them. We do
Right.
have a couple at the end that we'll want to dive a little bit deeper into, but like Dusty has said, like we've thought about doing a podcast, so in the future maybe we can elaborate more on some of these topics, more
sure.
long-form conversation, but for the sake of keeping this condensed, we're going to rapid fire through these questions just for clarity for all of you guys that have asked so many times.
Totally. So let's get right into it. What's question number one?
Number one question I always get is what supplements do we use for our kids? And baby Liv is only 4 months old, so just breast milk. But for Max, starting at 12 months is when we started supplements for him. So a liquid B12, a liquid D3, and then an EPA and DHA algae-based omega-3. So they're all liquid. We get them on Amazon. We'll link it below in the description as usual.
Yep.
But basically the D3 and the B12 are the same ones we take. We
Yep.
just give him a lower dose.
Right, and like Erin said, being that they're liquid, you know, doing anything like a sprayer in the mouth, under the tongue, sublingual is like the best. So definitely recommend that. You guys can find those supplements. We'll probably list them maybe below, or you can go back and watch one of the many, like What I Eat in a Day's, toddler style, and you can find all those supplements there.
And then the one other thing I just thought of, I am tandem breastfeeding, so just first thing in the morning before we get out of bed and before we go to bed at the end of the night, he breastfeeds with Liv.
Yep.
And then the other thing is Else Nutrition. It's a great
Right.
toddler formula shake. It's all plant-based, USDA organic, has fortified nutrition in it as well, so that's something worth checking out. There's
Yep.
a discount for that as well in the description. Number
two.
two, how do we have such white teeth?
Oh my gosh.
It's something I've never really tried.
Erin does. I feel like I don't, but
I've never really way back in the day, in college, I used teeth whiteners, but they're so abrasive and it would make my gums sting and burn.
Yeah.
And my teeth would be super sensitive to hot and cold.
Yep.
And it just wasn't good at all. And there's so many weird chemicals.
Yeah.
So we actually have a video called How to Get Whiter Teeth, and it has our homemade 2 or 3 ingredient toothpaste recipe in it, and that's all we do.
this has been one of the oldest questions, and it's so silly because we have nothing to do with oral health on our channel, but everybody's always asking us. So
But I mean, first and foremost, cleaning up your diet most definitely
Totally.
helps your oral hygiene, both your breath and helps you to get less cavities.
Yep.
We also do oil pulling. So
Totally.
first thing in the morning, like before even like brushing teeth or eating or drinking anything, swish coconut oil for 20 minutes. I
Yep.
think that's all in that video.
I actually just did a Instagram Reels on oil pulling because yeah, it's like one of the biggest questions we get.
One of the ingredients in the 3-ingredient toothpaste is baking soda, and the reason, I know it's abrasive and a lot of you say like don't brush your teeth with it, but if it's mixed in with coconut oil,
Yeah.
it's much more calmed down and tamed down. I was cleaning our old juicer with baking soda and it took it from like yellow and grimy to
Right.
like sparkling white and brand new, and I was like,
Yeah.
there's something to this, and I know that we've had toothpaste in the past that have baking soda as an ingredient.
Yeah.
So I started Google searching to make a homemade version, and it was just so simple and it's worked really well.
Yep.
We don't get cavities. So.
Same with pots and pans. I was cleaning my pots and pans, or our pots and pans, with like crazy chemicals, and I was like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna put chemicals in the things that we eat out of. So I poured a little baking soda in there years ago, and it like made them so sparkling clean. And if you add, again, like Erin said, oil or a little bit of water, it's not abrasive at all. Works great.
Kind of moves us into another common question, and that is, what do we use for laundry detergent and just other household cleaning products in general?
Yep.
And we really try to use either baking soda or vinegar for as many things as we can. And baking soda, adding into your laundry can help it to be softer. It can also whiten your whites and brighten your brights.
Yep.
So that's been helpful. Sometimes we add vinegar in if something like workout clothes has a really bad stench to it, a really bad odor.
Yep.
And there are 2 brands for detergent that we have actually started experimenting with that we really like, that have super minimal ingredients that are clean and safe, especially for babies and kids, because right now baby Liv is like chewing on her clothing
This
or
thing.
little rags like non-stop.
Nuts.
So Molly's Suds, that one we will link below. It's from Amazon, that's where we found it. And the other one is Branch Basics. So
Right.
they basically have like a whole line of cleaning
Love
products.
Branch Basics. Yeah, so I clean the toilets, the mirrors, the windows, like all the things with Branch Basics. They have 3 different like cleaner jars or containers. They actually have glass ones too, which is nice. And then they have one like detergent, we'll call it a detergent, and you basically mix like the strength for like bathrooms and toilets, and then like you put just a little bit of the detergent in if you're doing like windows and mirrors, and it's streak free, works great. I trust it. It's super safe, healthy, and yeah, it really works
I think we have a discount for that one, so I'll link that below as well.
for sure.
So next quick question is, what do I use for deodorant? And Dusty has told me, like, especially postpartum, I think it was right around the exact 3 months postpartum mark with baby Liv and Max, where I was sweating out all of those pregnancy hormones and smelled worse than I normally do. So I've always been antiperspirant. I took it upon myself to look for natural remedies. Again, I actually found that magnesium oil can work really well, and I tried it and it's true. So
Yep.
we use Ancient Minerals. I've been spraying it on my legs. We both have.
Totally.
You started before me and loved it and got
Yep.
me onto it
Yep.
for the magnesium benefits for like muscle repair and recovery, and
Sleep.
yeah, it helps with relaxation
Yep.
and cramping and any of that kind of stuff, especially during pregnancy. It helped me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started spraying it on my hands. I just go like this, rub my pits, and it totally works like a charm. So
Yeah.
1 ingredient, magnesium oil spray. We'll link that one down there as well. Next up, one that we get, and I just got a little bit of heat on Instagram for this, is do you guys eat mock or fake meats? And I responded by saying no, simply, and that honestly I would question whether they're any healthier than actual animal products. And someone got mad at me for saying that, and that we should always encourage to eat plant-based instead of animal, which I
Right.
totally agree with, especially from the environmental and ethical perspective. But I was simply saying, like, a lot of these mock meats and fake processed meats
Right.
are just
Not
chemicals.
necessarily-
They're
they're not
like
necessarily-
science experiments.
Yeah, they're definitely not necessarily healthy. They could be loaded with oils and fats and, like Erin said, just questionable ingredients. So we frankly do not eat the mock meats. I think
They're great as a stepping stone, and I totally understand that.
Right.
But the other great stepping stone is making your own. So that's what we ended up doing, was instead of like pounding our beef patties and putting them on the grill, we were making our black bean veggie burgers and our
Totally.
chickpea patties.
Right.
And
Whole
so,
Foods.
yeah, we just always went for the whole food homemade option, because you know what's in it, and it's going to be higher in like healthy whole food proteins. Oh, this is another good one. So, favorite splurge meal. Mine would be yellow curry with extra veggies from our favorite Thai restaurant back home in Lincoln. It's called Blue Orchid.
Yeah.
They have a lot of vegan options, but that's definitely my favorite. It's got like a coconut milk base, and I always have them go like a little extra spicy on it.
Right.
It's super good.
If we ever do find a cool vegan place with like a bomb whole food veggie burger, that's like my ultimate like splurge food. Like burger with ketchup and lettuce and tomato and all the things with a pile of fries. Like that's my favorite.
I had someone ask, how did you know when you were finally ready to have kids? But the short answer is we didn't know, and it was definitely not planned. Both times was, I don't say an accident necessarily, but just unplanned. It just, we let things happen naturally.
Yeah, so Erin and I weren't necessarily opposed to kids, but we weren't necessarily like really excited about trying for kids either. We were just scared, frankly, you know, big question marks, and we ended up meeting with like a pastor friend years and years ago who's like, that is so surprising to me, you guys, like Dusty and Erin, you guys are like the all natural, like go green. He's like, why would you not be, you know, open to the idea of children? And we were like, yeah, he's totally right. So we, you know, sort of then kind of pulled the goalie, so to speak, and we were open to kids. Didn't happen right away. Erin eventually got pregnant with Max. We were super scared and nervous, weren't sure how to respond, and now we have 2, and we're loving it, and it's so much fun, and we've actually had discussions about having more. So.
Yeah, and I've gotten questions about what do I think about hormonal birth control, and I was on it for about 8 years. I've done a video on that before. We're thinking about doing kind of a course or one of those retrieve guides on all things pregnancy, periods, postpartum, like all that stuff. I might do a sit-down talk, so if you guys are interested in another course or a guide on that kind of stuff, let us know. But yeah, we didn't know that we were ready. I didn't think, I was like kind of like, you know, I'll be okay if we don't have kids. I'm not like, I don't have baby fever. But then once we had kids, everything shifted in an instant, and now we wish like sometimes we would have started 10 years earlier because we're having a ball.
Meanwhile, she's like going crazy. I hope that you guys can like hear this video, number one, because she is talking so much. Oh my gosh.
We feel like she might be teething. Okay, so this is an actual screenshot from the IG Q&A box. It says, love your channel. What do you wish you knew when you first transitioned to plant-based eating? I put so many things. 1, that we wouldn't die. 2, that carbs aren't evil. 3, you get plenty of protein. 4, you can eat fruit in abundance. 5, there are many ways to be plant-based. 6, it's not limiting. We eat more variety now than we ever did before.
For sure. Yeah, my number one thing, just like everybody always asks, is where do you get your protein? I was terrified. I was like, I come from the beef state, Nebraska. Like, all I'm eating is beef and eggs and all of these, you know, animal proteins. I was legitimately afraid that I would shrivel up and blow away, but it's clearly not the case. We're thriving on a plant-based diet, and like Erin just said, all of those things are definitely true.
We feel better in our 30s than we ever did in our 20s.
For sure.
It's just something that you got to dive in and just try it, because you've really got nothing to lose and so much to gain. Just give yourself time. That was another thing. It's like, we don't have to go cold turkey. We don't want this to be just a fad or a trend. We want it to stick. So we gave ourselves time to adjust.
Not a diet, it's a total lifestyle change for the better in every single aspect.
Last and final question is, can you guys share more about your faith? And that's a really, really long one.
It is a long one. So, and I'm almost tempted to just do it in a separate video. Erin and I, as you guys know, are believers. You know, we're Christian, but have been on kind of our own journey for many, many years in our Christian faith, and feel like we're in a pretty good place, in a better place certainly for me than I have been in the past, and would love to spend some time talking about that for others, because we do get a lot of questions. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let us know in the comments below. We can do a whole video or another talk on our faith. That would be super fun. So let us know.
So that concludes our quick hopefully rapid fire Q&A. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Go get yourself some barukas.
Yes. And download our meal planner, like we said in the beginning. This is what we've been working towards since we started EatMoveRest. It started out with Erin taking pictures that turned into a blog, Instagram, now YouTube, retreats, and now the meal planner. finally. People have been asking about this since day one.
I feel like it fits in perfectly with the ebooks.
Yes.
Because if you get our main ebook, you've got the recipes all right there, beautifully laid out and organized.
Yep.
But then the meal planner will take some of those recipes and new ones, since we're going to update it every month.
Right.
So they'll all be in one spot where you can have your own custom meal plans based on your needs and your goals.
Totally. The coolest thing is that we priced this aggressively. We wanted people to actually be able to afford it and use it. So if you buy the yearly subscription, it costs you less than a cup of coffee a month. It's crazy, so we really hope that you guys enjoy it. Check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if there needs to be changes made. Again, this is just a beginning for us. We really want this to work for people.
Until next week, we will be here in Florida for another couple of videos. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Eat, move, rest, your best.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Talking so much.
There are 3 things we all do every day, and we could all be doing them better. Eat, move, and rest.
We're Dusty, Erin, Max, Olivia, and Bo, and we're the Stanzics.
We aspire to live a plant-centric, faith-forward, healthy lifestyle and welcome all of the adventures that accompany it. Join us every week as we blend, chop, juice, run, lift, ride, and master our minds in between on the ultimate quest to find better balance, deeper connection, and true happiness within.